Hi guys, Squirrel here. So I've been doing some testing with Stony OC and Oshi 7. Right now I've been doing some testing on ECM jamming. What just happened there was I was locked by the other helicopter and successfully jammed without any missiles being fired. It broke the lock. So I then tried jamming a incoming missile. There you go. So now when you jam, you can see the missile literally fly. It changes course, it flies off. And at the moment this seems to be quite reliable. So the second test here is an incoming missile and a flare from the gunner. So you can see they fixed the problem where the gunner flare wasn't showing at all. That now shows. And the missile then doesn't seem to hit. Although, interestingly enough, when you flare, the missile seems to roughly stay on target, but then doesn't deviate so much. It kind of goes for the flares, but it's safer if you move your helicopter shortly after flaring. But otherwise it won't then track you. So here again we test the flaring of the incoming missile. You see the straight line? That's what I mean. Whereas ECM, you could physically see it change course. So at the moment, looking at the basic testing we're doing, both the flare and the ECM seem to be working reliably. And all I can say is thank God for that, because it now takes the whole lottery aspect out of flying helicopters. You get proper visuals. Look at that. You see I've locked the other helicopter. You can see the lock broke. You can see the ECM firing properly. You get a nice plume of smoke. And it's quite impressive. It's back to being pretty much how it should be. So in the second lot of testing now, we're testing out stingers. So there's a guy on the ground. You should see him down there on the left. He's acquiring a lock. And I'm going to break it. So successfully break the lock. He acquired it because a stinger does acquire a lock very, very quickly. So he locked me and I ECM'd and it broke the lock. So then we try him acquiring. So he just does a straight acquire, doesn't quite get the lock. I have to be quick. But when he's acquiring, if I ECM, it also breaks it and stops him acquiring a lock. And the final test that we did here was to allow the stinger missile to fire and then break it. So the lock's being acquired, the missile is about to get released, here it comes, I break it, and if you watch the pattern of smoke, you'll see it caused the stinger to do big loops. We've seen that before. All very pretty. So the ECM does seem to not only distract the missile, it causes the locking to go a bit funny, whereas the flares literally causes the missile to stop tracking you. Presumably it then tracks the flare, although you'd expect the missile to change course. Doesn't seem to do that, it seems to fly in a straight line. Final bit of testing here before we do some more testing today. Below radar. Just to give you an inkling of how below radar works, look at these light towers. They can't acquire me here, but just a few meters above the floodlights, there, you can get a lock. So that gives you a rough idea of how low you need to be. We'll continue more testing today and get more videos up, but that's all for now. Take care guys, see you soon.